Meet Ava. She is 17, a junior in high school. She lives with her father, Edward, her stepmother, Lauren, and her two younger step-siblings, Judy and Jackson. It was a big family, but not quite a happy one. Ava often felt like an outcast in her own home. She never really had a good relationship with her stepmother, and it was since her toddler years that she had felt neglected because all emphasis and priority went to Judy, Lauren's daughter, despite the fact that they were only 2 years apart. "Oh, look at my baby girl, you look so beautiful in this dress." "Mom, what about me?" "For goodness sake, Ava, stop behaving like a kid. You're not a child anymore." Lauren was always bossy, rude, and intolerant of her. And growing up, Judy had become a reflection of Lauren. She was spoiled, stuck up, and of all things, hated Ava. "Girls, meet Judy, my daughter. She's been doing a wonderful job learning the violin. Judy dear, why don't you play for us?" "Okay, Mom." "I'm going to go deaf, Ava." "Wonderful, music to my ears." "You're lucky you don't have to go out there. I hate mom's get-togethers. Can I stay with you?" "Sure, you want to play a board game?" The only person who Ava got along with was Jackson, who was 5 years younger than her. And her father, he was always caught up in the dilemma of not wanting to offend his wife. Lauren was a so-called high-maintenance woman, and unfortunately, Edward worked an ordinary 9-to-5 job at a postal service and didn't meet up to her expectations, which led to constant nagging and bickering at home. But the days were going by. The only relief Ava had was the hour she spent at school with her buddies. Just like every day, Ava woke up and was getting ready for school when her stepmother barged in. "Ava, I talked to the manager at the supermarket. You're gonna start work there tomorrow morning." "Morning? But I have school." Judy walked up to the door and snickered. Why do you even go to school? To study or to flirt around with the guys? "I don't do that." "Don't bother defending yourself, Ava. They're only hiring in the mornings, so you'll be working in the mornings. You're not going to school from now on. As a matter of fact, I'll drop by there today and inform them you're dropping out." "But this isn't fair." "Life isn't fair. It's not like your grades will take you anywhere in life anyways." Ava sighed as her stepmother and sister shut the door and left. So she was going to be a high school dropout. She sat there and tried to counsel herself. This didn't mean she would never finish her studies. Maybe in a few years she could go back. After Judy and Jackson left for school, Ava walked out to grab an apple when she bumped into her father, who was heading to work. "You're still home? Are you sick? You didn't go to school today?" "No, Mom got a job for me. I'm dropping out of school." Edward stared at his daughter in shock. "What?" He immediately got up to speak to Lauren about it. "Lauren, you made Ava get a job?" "Yes, if you were making more, she wouldn't have had to do it, but now we need the money. And if I start working, who's going to take care of Judy and Jackson? Just because Ava doesn't have a future doesn't mean Judy and Jackson have to ruin theirs." "Lauren, we were getting by. Ava only had 1 year left till graduation." "And what's going to happen in this 1 year? She's going to become a doctor? What's the point of sending her to school? Her grades are horrible. And from what I heard, one of these days she's going to come back home pregnant." Edward stared at his wife in disgust. He couldn't take this. Do whatever you want. And Edward was just sick of fighting. The next morning, Ava dragged herself out of bed and got ready to start her new life working at the supermarket. Despair, she caught the bus and traveled there, letting out a deep breath as she walked through the sliding doors. The day went by slow, stacking cans on the shelf, mopping the floor, and packing groceries into paper bags. Ava ended up checking the watch every 10-20 minutes, until 3 p.m. rolled around and the new shift started. Suddenly, she saw someone familiar walk through the door. It was Emmett, captain of the football league at their school. He was a senior, so Ava never really got to speak to him at school except for watch him play from the bleachers. What was he doing here, and why was he walking up to her? Hey, I know you. We go to the same school, right? Since when did you join here? I work here after school, he said, clipping on his name tag. What? He worked here? They would work together? All of a sudden, Ava felt like dropping out of high school was worth it. Yeah, you're not going to be seeing me at school anymore. I had to drop out for my family. What? But doesn't your dad work at the BII Postal Service? Mr. White, right? I go there to pick up deliveries sometimes. He makes a decent amount of money. I know, but my family is also quite big, so I have to help out. Working at the supermarket didn't turn out as bad as she expected. Emmett and Ava became good friends. He was really nice. She and Emmett worked together, they went on their breaks together, and they shared their lunch. With all the time she was spending with him, it felt like a dream come true, until one day she saw her sister walk in smirking at her. So you found yourself another guy to target? Judy, stop it. I work here. Why? You don't want anyone to know your secrets? How pathetic. Why did she even have to come here? And if this wasn't worse enough, Ava had to return home to her nagging stepmother, who still wasn't satisfied. When she realized Ava had gotten her first paycheck, she was ready to snatch it away the minute she got home. Ava knew very well where all that money was going, into pampering Judy. It was like Judy had all the things in the world, and Ava was just with her few pairs of worn-out sneakers and her ordinary t-shirt and faded jeans. What are you looking at? Mom is right. You're always so jealous of me all the time. No, I'm not jealous. You're my little sister. Where are you going dressed like that? Unlike you, I actually have friends I hang out with. Judy, can you help me with my science project? Do it by yourself. What, do I look like your pet? Judy strutted off as Jackson sighed, staring at his homework. I'll help. Come on. I think I had that same assignment in 5th grade. Let me see if I can find it. We can even scratch out my name and put yours. Really? Thanks, Ava. You're the best. Over the days, working a full-time job got a little easier, but it was one morning while she was at the register. A bit of an issue arose. A woman had walked in searching for a cart when she spotted an empty one and went to claim it for herself. But just seconds before she gripped onto the handle, someone else stepped in and placed his groceries in it, and thus the chaos began. Hold it. You can't take my cart. But it was empty, and I put my things in here already. Would you please just get another one? No, you will take your things out of it and give my cart to me. Ava walked out and interrupted the two. Excuse me, miss. There are more carts. You can get another one, or you know what? I'll bring one to you. No. This is my cart, and I will not give up my rights to have a cart to someone else. You, mister, will give me back my cart. Ava rolled her eyes at the woman. No. This is not your cart. It belongs to the supermarket, and he doesn't have to give it up because you can just take a new one. Where's your manager? I want to speak to the manager right now. As the woman stormed off in rage, Ava sighed, staring at the man with the cart. Sorry about that. Hi, I'm Andrew Laveau. Hi, Andrew Laveau, I'm Ava. May I speak to you for a moment in private? Sure? I'm a casting director at the BII production studios. I was searching for the right face for an advertisement for BII Baleen, the cosmetics company. And you're perfect. I'd like to cast you. Me? I've seen BII Baleen models. They're gorgeous, and you want to cast me? Yes, how about it? Of course Ava would. What will I have to do? Here's my card. Why don't you drop by my office Monday morning and we'll discuss business there. I'll be looking forward to working with you, Miss Ava. Ava was thrilled. She turned to see Emmett staring at the director as he walked off. Did you hear that? Should I accept it? Of course you should. This is a good opportunity for you. But I have work on Monday. How am I going to go? Don't worry, I'll handle the manager here, and before my shift starts, I'll drop you off. With Emmett's encouragement and help, Ava agreed to go to the production studios, but she was no way going to tell her stepmother about the offer. So, the next Monday, Emmett dropped Ava off at the studio where Andre was delighted to see her. That day, she signed all the paperwork and had a schedule fixed, and to much surprise, she was getting paid a good amount for this, far more than she was getting paid at the supermarket. You want to make an impression. You want to be bold. You want to be extraordinary. Now you can with Bii Aibileen be the beauty you always wanted to be. Jackson jumped up seeing the commercial. That's Ava. No, that's not. Why would that be Ava? Yes, it was. Ava, that was you. Ava looked at her family. Yeah, I did an advertisement. Do you guys like it? This is absolutely unacceptable. How could you take such a big step without consulting us? Just wait till your father gets home. Lauren paced to and fro the whole evening, and when Edward finally arrived, Lauren burst. Edward, take a look at this. Edward furrowed his brow seeing Ava on the screen. Is that Ava? This girl must have gotten herself wrapped up in a scandal. You know how this modeling business works? Well, what can I do about it? That's how she is, isn't she? She has scandals at her school, at her workplace. What's new? Edward simply ignored Lauren. It looked like Ava was doing good for herself, and he didn't have a problem with that. Lauren wasn't worried about Ava getting herself into trouble. She was only enraged because Ava just proved she was better than Judy. And to make things better, just a few weeks after the advertisement was broadcasted, Ava started getting numerous calls from various agencies because they wanted to cast her in their fashion shows, advertisement films, and cover photos. I have so many offers on my hand, Emmett. I don't know which to pick, how to talk to all these people. I'm gonna have a panic attack. Well, I'm pretty good at handling these things. If you want, I can talk to these agencies for you. You would do that for me? Sure. This was a big turning point for Ava. She left her job at the supermarket and started her modeling career. And it seemed that Emmett had also become her manager. In the meantime, Lauren's blood boiled every time she saw Ava on a billboard, on a magazine, on TV. If she can do it, you can do it, Judy. We'll send your portfolio to every agency in the country. Mom, I'm just not photogenic. It's not turning out good. We'll edit the pictures. Come on. Lauren spent a fortune on Judy, trying to get her a chance, but unfortunately, she didn't get accepted anywhere. I'm sorry, but maybe next time, alright? I'll call you and let you know. But they never called back. Once Ava turned 18, she decided it was time she move out. She could easily afford a nice place for herself, and with Emmett by her side, everything was working out. But that's when Lauren became even more enraged. She couldn't make Judy better than Ava, so she would make Ava lesser than Judy. And that's when she made her way to a lawyer. She made all this money while she was living under my roof. We paid everything for her, and she owes us. I want to sue her. Miss, she was a minor, and it was your responsibility to provide for her until she turns 18. And even if she made money as a minor, it's her possession. She isn't legally bound by anything anymore now that she's of age. I don't care. I'm suing her. You can't do that. The lawsuit obviously didn't work out for her. And Ava continued on with her life on her own. But while Lauren couldn't understand that, it was one day that Ava got a visit from Judy. Judy, you're here? Yeah, I'm sorry, Ava. For what? For everything, the way I treated you. After Judy got rejected over and over again, she came to realize she had been living life in a bubble that Lauren had put her in. She realized how awful she had been with Ava all these years, and she wanted to make up for it. The sisters patched up, and over the days, Ava kept contact with Jackson and secretly sent money to her father. But her relationship with her mother still wasn't at its best. and 5 years down the line, Ava had become one of the biggest stars across the states. She had everything from fame and wealth. Her life had shifted 180 degrees. But there was still one thing missing from her life. Ava hurried on to the sets. She was shooting a scene for a movie. Emmett wished her good luck as he stood by the director. But there was a certain anger on his face. Emmett hadn't been too happy ever since she had accepted this role. She could tell he didn't like seeing her with this actor. Was he jealous? Hey you, go see if she's prepared for the scene. This romantic scene needs to be perfect. Emmett stared at the director. Why don't you get an assistant for that? I'm going outside. I need some air. As soon as Ava saw him leaving, he rushed off the stage and took the director's loudspeaker in her hands. Excuse me, Mr. Emmett Rogers, the captain of the football league. I know I'm not the most popular girl in school, and I work at a supermarket, but I think I'm in love with you. Will you consider marrying me? And life turned out good, after all. Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.